Why do 90% of Iraq's revenues come from oil? This is a question that has long puzzled economists and policymakers alike. The answer lies in the country's rich natural resources, particularly its vast oil reserves, which have been both a blessing and a curse. While oil has provided substantial revenue, it has also made the economy highly vulnerable to global oil price fluctuations. And what are they doing about it? Let's dive in. The Iraqi government has recognized the need for a more diversified economy and is taking significant steps to reduce its dependency on oil. This involves a series of reforms aimed at stabilizing the economy and promoting growth in other sectors. Iraq's economic story has been dominated by oil, with black gold funding nearly all of its revenues. The oil sector has been the backbone of the economy, providing the necessary funds for public services, infrastructure, and social programs. However, this heavy reliance on a single commodity has left the country exposed to the volatile nature of the global oil market. But now Iraq is in the final stages of a groundbreaking monetary reform. This reform is not just about changing the currency or adjusting interest rates. It is a comprehensive strategy designed to overhaul the entire economic framework of the country. The goal is to create a more resilient and diversified economy that can withstand external shocks. This reform, backed by the IMF, aims to reduce the nation's oil dependency and invigorate other sectors. The International Monetary Fund has been a crucial partner in this endeavor, providing technical assistance and financial support. The collaboration between the Iraqi government and the IMF is focused on implementing policies that will foster economic stability and growth. The government projects continued economic growth through fiscal expansion. This means increasing public spending on infrastructure, education, and healthcare to stimulate economic activity. By investing in these areas, the government hopes to create a more balanced and sustainable economy. Translation: they're boosting the economy while trying to stabilize against oil price swings. This involves a delicate balancing act of managing public finances, controlling inflation, and ensuring that the benefits of economic growth are widely shared among the population. But it's not just about oil. Controlling public wages and upping non-oil tax revenues are key steps. The government is also focusing on improving tax collection and broadening the tax base to include more sectors of the economy. This will help to reduce the budget deficit and provide more funds for public investment. Iraq faces hurdles, a history of conflict, political instability, and rampant corruption. These challenges have made it difficult to implement reforms and attract foreign investment. However, the government is committed to addressing these issues and creating a more stable and transparent business environment. Yet, there's hope. The approval of the largest federal budget in Iraq's history, covering 2023 to 2025, marks an ambitious step forward. This budget includes significant allocations for infrastructure projects, social programs, and economic development initiatives. It is a clear indication of the government's commitment to reform and modernization. This budget aims to fund local projects and create jobs, though the oil market's unpredictability remains a challenge. By investing in local communities and providing job training programs, the government hopes to reduce unemployment and improve living standards. However, the success of these initiatives will depend on the stability of oil prices and the ability to attract investment in other sectors. Amid these reforms, Iraq is making strides in human rights and social development, tackling issues like corruption and inadequate services head-on. The government has launched several anti-corruption campaigns and is working to improve public services such as healthcare, education, and housing. These efforts are essential for building a more inclusive and equitable society. The focus: corruption, unemployment, poverty, economic reform, and improving services. These are the key areas that the government is targeting in its reform agenda. By addressing these issues, the government hopes to create a more stable and prosperous future for all Iraqis. As Iraq nears the end of its monetary reform, the nation stands at a pivotal point. The success of these reforms will depend on the government's ability to implement them effectively and the willingness of the Iraqi people to support them. It is a critical moment in the country's history, and the decisions made now will shape its future for years to come. Success hinges on fiscal discipline, private sector growth, and navigating the complex road of economic diversification. The government is working to create a more favorable environment for private sector investment and to promote entrepreneurship. By diversifying the economy, Iraq can reduce its reliance on oil and create more sustainable sources of income. Will Iraq rewrite its economic destiny? Only time will tell. The path ahead is fraught with challenges, but there is also great potential for growth and development. With the right policies and the support of the international community, Iraq can build a more prosperous and stable future for its people.